Hi there, everyone. My name is Jalicia Red. I am a distance learning student. I'm in Atlanta studying, finishing up my last year. So I'm really excited. The power of technology is amazing. I am actually on my way to an appointment, and this is the only chance that I'm going to have to record anything. So I wanted to, I pulled over and we're going to take a little bit to talk about a contributor during the Baroque period. For my research project, I decided that I wanted to talk about Miss Elisabeth de la Guerre. When I first read about her, I thought, wow, there's another female there that kind of understands the, I don't want to say the man's world of music, but I thought it was really, I saw a lot of similarities, and so I really related and connected with her. So that was really exciting. She was born in France in March, and I was born in March, so I thought that was kind of cool. 1665, 1729, and her parents clearly had an influence in the musical arena. They were all musicians, and they understood the impact of having a young lady in that field, and they had her exposed at a very young age. Some people say that she was a child prodigy starting at 5. The verdict is still kind of iffy on that. Some people say, oh no, she started at 15, like everybody else. She got in the public eye at about 15. But then others say, oh, well, actually, she was 5 and appeared in the courts for King Louis XIV for, special occasions and things like that. And then when she was 15, she went and stayed for 3 years for tutelage and for learning and things like that. So, it kind of varies, but I like to, either way, she still was exposed, and her parents kept her in the musical arena. She was kind of radical, or in a radical group, if you will. These musicians were in France, and they said, hey, we're over here and we've got this Italian sound. Let's try and incorporate a little bit of them, a little bit of us, and see what we can come up with. And ta-da, we've got the French cantatas and sonatas. And the unique thing about this particular genre was the fact that, of course, it was in French as opposed to the Latin text they were used to. But one thing that I liked about it was that they took, instead of it being specifically catered, it's kind of like if you're watching a film or something like that, and it's like, oh, I've heard that storyline before. Kid gets upset with their parents, and they say, you know what, I'm leaving and I'm not coming back, and they leave, and then they get out there and life is hard, and then they come back and say, oh, it's a lot harder than I thought, can I come back home? And then all is well, whatever, as opposed to the original, way of doing things, where they would say specifically, this is the biblical story of the prodigal son. Same storyline, but it wasn't specifically catered. So I really like the fact that they kind of took a step back and said, okay, well, let's broaden this and apply it to more than just, one little excerpt. So I like that. She was the first to actually publish in this genre. She wasn't the first to compose, I don't believe. I think there were some others that composed before her, but she got it published first, so that was nice. One thing that I appreciated about her as well was the fact that she understood her role in the musical arena. She really grasped the fact that, this is not something that's normal. This is very unique, and you hear that a lot in her dedication. In her first book, after she was married, it was a book of harpsichord music. She spoke of her appreciation to the king for supporting her. And she made mention of the fact that, hey, this is something that a female has not attempted to this point. And so I really appreciate the fact that you're supporting me in this, believing in my talent, believing in what I can do. She had 3 books of cantatas, 2 books of harpsichord music, some sonata and for violin and bass continua. She liked dramatic pauses, which I thought was so cute. She would write silence to make sure that you understood, hey, you need to take a moment and really soak this in before you keep going. So I thought that was really nice. And she showed her skill by incorporating so many various styles. And although, we look at her and say, wow, she was an impacting female in the Baroque period, we still want to try and remember her first for her musicianship and for her contribution musically. So thanks so much. That was just, a really quick tip of the iceberg kind of thing, but I've had a lot of fun researching her, and maybe now it's time for you guys to take a look. So thanks so much. Bye.